Okay.
Stuff like this.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, hey, Doc, you know what? No big deal. Maybe it'll go away.
Yeah, it might also get worse.
Very good. Good looking, smart guy. Uh, you didn't put up the defense. Well, maybe it would. Or maybe it'd get worse. What'd be the next thing you'd go? Next step.
Um, well, what if it doesn't?
Or what if it doesn't? Well, then I guess I have to deal with it. Okay.
And
You're missing a big question. The next thing would
okay.
be, so how long have you been living this way?
Hmm.
Now, there's a paradigm shift. Write that down. And notice that's on my screening form too. If you ever do a screen, I'll send the screening form too. Let me write that down. I will if you don't have one. Um, because um, it's always the power is in the words. So if I go, well, how long have you had it, Mike? Well, you think, how long have you been living this way? Mm,
Mhm.
it's a whole different meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next question would be, how much longer are you going to live this way before you at least find out what's going on? What happens too, Doc, is this. Um, what you do, well, I'm an HTC chiropractor, but what we do is say, how long are you going to live this way till you let me help you fix it? I mean, right away, we almost know instantly just by assessing somebody. I can assess somebody, say you have a scoliosis, you got lordosis, kyphosis, whatever, and I know it's affecting somehow. But again, what's my favorite saying is, check it out. You have nothing to lose but your problem, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So the last question would be, and this is kind of a format. Uh, so what why don't you check it out? You have nothing to lose but your problem. Or what? Sorry, what is stopping you from checking it out? Because basically, you have nothing to lose but your problem. So they're going to give you the why behind it.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Whether you
Yep.
believe it or not, I do. That's all that matters. It's all about me, not about you. No, I'm just teasing. Okay, it comes and goes. I said here, well, why wait until it's a constant problem? And because again, I probably it's like the next one. It's not that bad, but it comes and goes. Yeah, and we don't have to go through that whole process again. Let's just go through. It comes and goes.
Hmm.
Neurologically, chiropractically, doctor wise, why would it come and go from a scientific point,
Um,
but not too scientific old jargon?
yeah, I was going to say, well, only 2% of your nerves feel pain, so you're not going to feel it all the time.
Okay, very good. And I like to do what you did, but Chris Kent's like very adamant. He says you can't say an exact percentage. Say a
Okay.
very small percent of the nerves transmits pain. So it's very typical. Now watch this. Watch the language. It's very typical if someone has a serious problem that it just comes and goes, but then one day, boom, it hits. So it's kind of like, you know what? And then you put in it for EX example. See, it's kind of like your oil is like, just on that break. It's low, but it's not really low, but it's low enough to start causing wear and tear. And you go up a hill, and maybe the oil shifts a little. You see the light come on, the light goes off, the light goes on. But does that mean there's no problem? It means it's on the early stages. And the best way to, you see how you can just dovetail right into a conversation of, well, that's why the earlier you get it checked, the less time, money, and damage you create. Those
Hmm.
are the three main things: less time, money, and damage that creates. Okay, it's not that bad. Well, again, compared to what? Compared to what? Okay. Now, can you throw anything else in there about it's not that bad?
Um,
Eyesight. What's a good one of that? It's not that bad, Mike. I mean, all I got to do is do this, you know, and then what? Then I do this, and then do this, and then when it gets, and especially if they have glasses, we've all been there, right? I don't know about you, but I was working for who did that 10-day challenge? Not Dan Sullivan. Oh, Pampa or whatever. I when I worked for Dan Pampa years ago, I was trying to get there, and I was in the mountains. I was coming from another state. He wasn't too far away. I literally, this is so weird. I was helpless. I couldn't read the map as far as the way as I go, and I had nothing.
mm,
And I was like, I had to go up, knock on the door at this house, and it was pretty sparse. So it was like, what's this guy? I said, I don't know where I'm at. I did have the glasses and stuff. So finally got to the point where, man, I couldn't see. So again, those are some good analogies that you can use. Okay,
yeah.
so just say oil, low oil, and glasses.
Okay.
Why change now? What would you say?
Um, why not? You know,
Good one, good one. Yeah, why not?
I
Well,
I guess I'd talk about their life and said, well, what kind of life do you want to live for the rest of your life? Do you want to live a happy, healthy life or a diseased, sick, um, disabled life?
okay. Um, what I should have said here, and I said it before, maybe I'll change it. Not now. What you know? What say you're living with somebody? Say you're living with something, Doc, and I go, well, Mike. What if it gets worse than it is now?
Mm,
See, what people do, and Tony Palermo had me on his whatever. It wasn't a podcast back there. I don't know what you call it. Anyways, and and I said in the morning, say for people who, like here was an example. He said, "Well, what would I say, Dave? I have one person, that um, he comes in. No, yeah, he comes in and why don't you bring your wife? Oh, she's not that bad. It's like it's not that bad. I don't need to change. Why change now? They're really saying why change now because they're living with it.
mhm,
So no one looks ahead. I mean, my buddy is an attorney and a doctor of theology. The old stats of like 85% do not have wills and don't think ahead. So I said, well, you know what? You should ask him. Um, and he goes, he's coming in today. I like to get something to use what you tell me this morning, and then we're going to do a class at night. I said, you know what? What if it gets worse? I mean, it's kind of like you're walking around the store and you don't get a cart and you got X amount in your hands, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm okay, but I can't do any more. If someone asks me to carry anything else, I can't do it. So he said, why don't you come in and get checked out? She has nothing to lose but a problem. He goes, well, she's getting by. He goes, but what if it gets worse than it does now?
mm,
And he goes, I never thought of that. They live in the now, but not look ahead. And he scheduled her for the next day. So at night he said, guess what? I used Dave's language. He says, you're right. You know, um, what if it gets worse? All right. I don't have any symptoms. That's an easy one. You already know that. Okay. You show that amazing poster that handsome, good-looking guy made. So that'll be good. I had a bus. Who's it? Is it Kevin Donka or some one of those guys that do a lot of education? He had my poster up one time, and everybody's like, "Oh, I didn't know Kevin Donka made that, or you made that," and he never acknowledged me. So I called him and said, "Dude," and I think he's supposed to be a Christian. That's so unethical. you
mm.
know, that's my poster. Give me kudos, and he definitely fixed it. Okay, I don't have the time. Can you afford?
Uh,
And you know what? And again, um, can you afford being out of commission? Um, what else would you say on this one? But especially, what if I was going to the gym all the time? What would you say to me?
What do you mean?
If I was going to the gym all the time, but I don't have time to come see you, Dr. Michael.
Um,
Eh,
well,
they'll go, hey, Mike, let me tell you. Hey, Mike, let me tell you. So you go to the gym probably what, 4 times a week and about an hour and a half of time by the time you travel, maybe a couple hours, but you can't come in for your adjustment. It's probably because you value, working out, which is good at your health, but you're missing the biggest part of the puzzle. You must not understand the value of what an adjustment does to you, especially if you really, want to work out. Have you ever had a time where you like sprained an ankle or messed something up and you were out, you didn't work out for a couple weeks? What did that do? Oh, that was terrible. Well, guess what? Nerve function equals muscle function. So if you want your muscles to perform and you have a 50% functioning nerve, your muscles only going to get 50% of the production, correct?
mhm.
So most bodybuilders that are serious, they get best results. The nerve functions better, the muscle functions better, and develops better. So it's a vital part that you're missing out. But you know, I can only educate you. And a lot of times too, I mean, this is a patient. Now, if someone else is saying it, it's like, well, it's a very vital part of the wellness program, along with dieting, nutrition, all that stuff. I guess you don't I love to educate you more. And why don't you come in and I'll do a scan and tell you how well you're functioning. You might be functioning fine. Who knows? But don't ever assume that everything's going okay. Because, for instance, have you ever, and I see you got to clarify that, have you ever seen somebody, don't say this one, I mean, burp, sneeze, or fart, I usually say, and go, oh, my back, or they bend to pick up a pencil? A lot of times I had a poster, but I should, and I didn't make it anymore. But I used to have a big fat cheeseburger, greasy, and said, "Did the hamburger at lunch cause your heart attack, or the accumulation of unhealthy habits for years build up?" And stuff like that. But anyways, okay, I know what my problem is. Okay, what's your solution? Okay, is there anything else you can
Mm.
say to that one?
Um, I guess I would ask what is it? What is your problem?
Very good,
And
very good.
and and how do you know that?
Right, right. Yeah. Don't, yeah, because so many go online and they self-diagnose themselves, right? Okay.
Right.
Well, yeah, I went online and all I got to do is take more, I'm just taking some light medication or over-the-counter stuff. It's okay. So then what would your next thing be to me? Question if I'm just taking some light stuff or doing some Bengay and it's that's my solution. What would you say?
Right.
Oh, did you freeze? Yeah, you froze. Sorry. You froze. That'll be my frozen thing. Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Monkey see, monkey do. Okay. Hello? Hello? Dang it. Ah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through um, as it's recording. All right, that what I was going for on that one, Dr. Michael, and I'll send this to. Oh, there he is. All right, good. Okay, sorry. Do 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 do. Here we go.
No.
There you
All
are.
right.
That's okay. All right.
I moved location. I don't know what's going on.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So my next, well, what I was getting at, what I'm going to do too, so um, I can go ahead and, oh, come on. What I was going to say. So I can go ahead and just get through these is that I was going for, so if that's your solution, then, and that corrected the problem, did it correct it or cover it up? The Ben Gay. Why is my internet unstable now? Dang. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Good. So it's not a solution, it's a temporary cover up. You're covering it up, you're not correcting it.
Yeah. That was what I said. I don't know if I cut out. I said, is your Bengay or whatever, is that doing the addressing the cause or the symptoms of the problem?
Very good. Very good. So it's covering it up and I correct the problem. And it's like saying your oil light's low, the old saying, and then you put a piece of tape. Did you correct the problem? No.
Mm.
Okay. I was told I have to live with it. Don't give up on your body. But basically, when they told they have to live with it, what would you say to that? Real simple.
Well, I've heard that many times when doctors or other people, even other chiropractors, gave up on their patients. And I don't limit the power that God put in your body to heal your body.
Very good. Very good. All right, super. All right. And again, say, you know what? The difference between, medical's not bad, but we're different, okay? It's like they work on diesel engines and you're an auto mechanic on a regular engine. So if I worked on a diesel and I was a mechanic that was not trained, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd guess kind of from what I've been trained. So we don't guess, we gauge. All right, cool. They couldn't find anything. Well, what would you say to that one? Okay, you're lost again. Well, what you would say is, okay, um, you know, again, let's see, got a little bit, okay, oh, there, all right, nope. Jeez, here we go again. Anyways, what we would say is they couldn't find anything. Well, we look for different stuff, like, basically your fingers go numb, they look in their wrist, but a lot of times it's due to your neck. Christopher Reeves couldn't walk, paralyzed, and all he hurt was his neck. He didn't blow his back out or crack, or you know, break any vertebrae in his back. It was in his neck. So we have this technology that pinpoints exactly where it comes from. The last thing is I don't want to know, and I don't know much more you can say, but what you don't know could hurt you. 60% of the people who die, heart disease today, out of 1,000 people walking, 600 out of 1,000 just going to drop over, no warning. So prevention is, it's not a pound of cure. It could be a life-saving thing. So my job is to not tell you what to know, but or let you know what's going on. You chose what to do with that information, okay? And then it's because of my age. This is a great story, and I hope you get back on. But if you don't, okay. The problem is um, when somebody, and I love this, years ago they were like 65, which I would be 67, and he goes, "Oh, this leg is bad." I go, "Really? Let me check out." "Oh no, it's fine. I'm 65 years old, and I've been on farmer or doing whatever for all these years, and of course it's normal, it's acceptable. It's not normal, it's common, not normal. There's a big difference." And I go, "Well, let me check the other leg. How the other leg's fine." And he didn't know where I was going. I go, "That leg's 65 years old too. Why is that one okay and this one's not?" Boy, that really gets them. Okay, so basically, these are the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think there is one more. Oh, I know what. I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. Health is your wealth. I mean, it's ridiculous when people don't realize, sorry, the importance of health. And so the last one is because of my age. I mean, I can't afford it. Uh, they figured out the human body is roughly $3.2 trillion, and $3.2 trillion if you cost out the heart, the skin, and all of that. And so basically, what happens is, um, okay, hold on a minute. I thought internet is not working. That's okay. So I'll send you this, Michael. But anyways, the whole key is, there you are. All right, we'll finish up. We got another 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Dum bum bum bum. Hey, how you doing?
All right, I'm back.
You're back. All right. No problem. No problem. So, so what I was saying on that last one is this. Okay, let me look here. Here we go. Helen's Journey. Print it. All right. I think where I left off was that. There we go. Yeah. We're talking about I don't want to know, and I said what you don't know can hurt you.
You
It's
will
like,
hurt you.
I have 1,000 people tell you heart disease, 600 of them going to drop dead with no warning. It's the most dangerous thing to not be aware. Now, I can find out what's going on, and once you know what's going on, you decide. It's your choice to decide, but the better you know, the more it could save your life. Just like anything else, colon screenings, any kind of screening. It's
Hmm.
because of my age. A greatest story ever is like I'm screening this guy, and he's like, I go, so what? Your left leg hurts? Yeah, my left leg, but I'm saying this is a while back. Now I'm older than him. Yeah, I'm 65, and it's just my leg, and it's my age and stuff. I said, really? I said, oh man, let me look at this other leg. Oh, don't worry about that. That one's fine. I go, it's 65 years old too. Oh, ouch, ouch. Why? Because you've been structurally imbalanced and stuff. So it was really neat. But then the last one, the big one, is I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. You know and you probably could have stories. I had stories. Says, my dad never took care of himself, had a heart transplant, Cleveland Clinic a year before he died. Good thing is he came to Jesus. He was a different person. All after all those years, the last year he was happy. He wasn't a grouch. He was joyous. But it was 350,000, and they had an 80/20 policy. So guess what? He had a $70,000 copay. I go, is that why they call it the golden years? Years down the road. I mean, we spend in the United States. I don't know about you guys. I think 85% of our healthcare dollars is spent in the last 2 years of life. So, and you went blank again on me. So, anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Um, I will talk. I got a call at 2 o'clock, and I appreciate you, and I hope you learn. I know you did. Okay. All right. Look at those questions. Ask the staff too. This is your homework. Ask the staff to say what other issues do you have, questions you have. Go over with them this first and say, is there anything else that you're asked that you would like a good an answer to? Okay. All right. Good.
Sorry, I missed that whole story about your dad.
So $350,000. Well, he did find the Lord when he had his tubes in his heart and all that. He did accept them, and he was a nice guy. But here's the key: $350,000 Cleveland Clinic heart surgery and all that, all this the expense. He had an 80/20 policy. He still paid $70,000 copay, and only lived one more year. I said, is that what they call it, the golden years? 85% of our healthcare dollars is spent in the last 2 years of our life. Why? Because we don't take care of ourselves. That's in the States. I don't know about you. And the last thing is, I'll give you this bit of advice because I got to get on a call. Is this: so instead of going the like that, you lose people when they ask you a question. You go You first question to give you some time to. It's like, why would you ask me that, or why would you
Hmm.
say that? right away and let them explain. As they're explaining, start to formulate your response.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Three's a charm, brother. Oh, what? Hey, what song did I start singing in the beginning? Because I didn't say. Oh gosh.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I can watch it. No, I didn't tape it then. Dang it. Okay. Let me know your name. What's your name? Hello. Anyways, well, listen. Work on that and start asking more questions to your patients. You know, more questions like I'm sure Mike does table talk. Like, what else have you? You know, by the way, what else have you experienced by being under adjustment that you have? I mean, not just pain wise. You know, sleep, thinking, fog brain. You know, energy. Do you notice? You know, at ease doing things that were tougher before, and just get them really looking at their life. Like, you know what? By the way, since you mentioned that, you know that just adds more value to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be a master disaster at, you know, just again, I like, and I know your personality is like not defensive and, you know, just respond in a nice way, match them. If they get upset, and you know, no, most people don't get upset. Although, have you had anybody get upset with your stress test? But Dr. Craig had two people
No.
that were Christians, like, why do you, and get this, watch this real quick. The one lady goes, I don't know why you want me to do this and stuff and bring up all this stuff. And he answered it very nice, like you. He's kind of like you. I this is to help you, not to hurt you. Da da da. Yeah, well, then I'm sure you want me to talk about how I was sexually abused as a kid. And she's like 7 years old.
Mm.
That's still carrying. And I said, use the book bag analogy that if you're still carrying that and I'm adjusting you and you walk around holding on to things, you know, I'm not going to be your psychologist, but you need to know how stress affects your health. That's all I'm doing. And another guy blew up, and just yesterday, and he goes, but he's having record times too, record visits. And he said, but then the guys, he apologized. I'm sorry. I go, right away, that shows there, you know, I'm reading that book about Inside Out. People hide things and they don't want to expose them. And they're going to be, you know, and just say, well, you know what, if you don't want to, it helps you in your care, just in case you ever get one. But I've never heard of that in a long time. Maybe one person out of 200 things might get
Mm.
aggravated. But anyways, all
Yeah,
right.
no one's got angry.
I'll send you this recording, okay? Because
Okay, great. Thanks.
no, thank you. You're worth it. And don't be
Thanks,
edgy
brother.
because you're fasting today. Smile. It's tough when you're hungry. All right. I love you, brother. All right.
Thank you.
Please know anytime you have anything, you can, don't have to wait. You call me or email me or text me, say, I need to talk, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, love you. Well, let me pray. Dear Lord, I just thank you, and I love Michael so much. I pray a shield of favor around him and protection, and Satan don't attack the enemy. I bind you in Jesus' name, and just prosperity in everything he does, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, brother. All right, love you, man.
All
Take.
right, thank you.
Oh, you're worth it. Oh, there I am. And there we go. And